I love the red arrow. That's an amazing way to put a red arrow on a piece of sheet music. That's absolutely fantastic. This looks like a very difficult piece of music to read. I am not gonna lie. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So actually now that you hear that, it's not that hard because you're thinking rest, clap, 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 rest, clap, clap, clap. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Not actually that bad when we break it down. Much easier than it looks. So let's take a look at this sheet music. I love the red arrow. That's an amazing way to put a red arrow on a piece of sheet music. That's absolutely fantastic. And I love that you've given us just a couple of bars, so it's totally fine for us to share this. And yes, we can see that this is all in the bass clef. So this looks like a very difficult piece of music to read. I am not gonna lie. Because of all these tied notes, it makes it very difficult to see what's actually going on here. I don't think I've got white here, but whatever. So like, you can see that these two notes are tied. So these notes here are not played because they're tied from what came before. And this C is not played. And neither of these are played. Cross them out. So that's all the tied notes crossed out. But this is difficult to read, for sure. Difficult to read. So I'm gonna have to, I had a very brief look at this before the session and I actually didn't realize quite how difficult it was to read. So I'm gonna have to count this out in order to work out what's going on here. So we've got 2-4, which means, sorry, 2-2, which means there's 2 minim beats or 2 half notes in the bar, okay? But to make this easier for me, I'm just gonna count it as 4 beats in the bar. So I try and count 2 minim beats in the bar. That's gonna be really difficult for me to work out all of these are all quavers or quarter notes. That's really hard for me to count that way. So instead I'm gonna count it as if it's 4-4, and then I can go back and adjust my my stressings of notes to replicate the 2-2 a bit more appropriately. But to help me count this out. So we've got, I'd probably start highlighting the beat. So there's beat 1, there's beat 2, there's beat 3, whoops, and there's beat 4. Okay, so that's 4 beats. So you can see that we start on the off beat. So this is gonna help me straight away. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Is that right? You're right, that is really hard to read that. 1 and 2, 1 and. I'm on the bar with the red arrow, by the way. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that actually comes in the and, because you can see it's a dotted crotchet, so it's worth 3. So in this bar you're counting 1 and then the minim lands on 2 and the G's on the and. The 3's on its own and then the F's on the and then we've got, oops, sorry, 4 and. So the rhythm here is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, I'll do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So actually now that you hear that, it's not that hard because you're thinking rest, clap, 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 rest, clap, clap, clap. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Not actually that bad when we break it down. Much easier than it looks written out like that. Let me just get rid of some of this stuff that we've put in and then I'll play it for you. What are we? B5. So just that bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the left hand is just happening 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so hands together we're gonna have faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. Let me just show you that with my hand view. All right. I can try and read the whole first line. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. I'll show you the music again and you guys can follow along what I'm doing here. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Oh, it's actually really nice, isn't it? Isn't that lovely? Very nice. So the fingering I would do for that bar. Oops. Come back to me, cursor. I've lost my cursor, everybody. Where is it? There it is. Oh. There we go. Fab. So these notes aren't played, so I'm playing 2, 1. Did I play? And then a 2 on this G, so that then I can get the 3 on this F, which looks like you've already been asked to get the 3 on the F. So 3, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2. Sorry, I'll sing it correctly this time. 2, 1,